Hi everyone and welcome to my workshop. Today I wanted to make an FAQ video about the carnyces because I often have the same questions in the comment section or in real life. Most of the sources I will be using today will come from a conference of Christophe Maniquet, which is the archaeologist that led the team to the discovery of the carnyces of Tintignac in 2004. I will link to you the link of the conference, but it's only in French. One other source I will be using are also two books made by the National Museum of Scotland. It's the Carnyx in the Iron Age Europe. The two books are the Bible of the Carnyx. There is everything in it, and it's a must-have if you are interested in the Carnyx. So let's start it with our first question. What is a carnyx and what was it used for? So the carnyx is a musical instrument from the brass instrument musical family, and it's a musical instrument made by the ancient Celtic people in Europe. So it's basically a bronze horn. We don't really know what was the use of the carnyces because the Celts didn't let us any writings about it. But there is the Greeks and the Romans that write few stuff about that. They said that during battles on the battlefield, Celtic peoples had a lot of horns and brass instruments, but they don't say the word carnyx. They just said that Celtic people used a lot of horns on the battlefield to scare the enemy and to give them courage before to go to the fight. But thanks to archaeological discoveries, we also think that the carnyces were used for spiritual matters, because they are often found in the ground, close or in places dedicated to spirituality. Next question. How much does it weigh? So many people ask me if it's heavy or not, and my carnyx is approximately 2.5 kilograms. Archaeologists think that the great carnyx of Tintignac is about 2 kilograms. Is it difficult to play, and how do I make all the notes? So it depends. It might be difficult if you don't play any instrument at all. But if you play instrument and if you play wind or brass instrument, it might be quite easy to pick up. To produce all the notes, there is no holes or valves on the instruments. Everything happens with my lips and my blowing technique. So like any other brass instrument, to make a sound, I have to do in the mouthpiece. So I do, and by changing the shape of my lips and the hair pressure, I can have other notes. What is the carnyx made of, and how do I make it? The carnyx is made of bronze. Bronze is an alloy of two metals, copper and tin. The carnyces of Tintignac are made of bronze alloy, which is mostly composed of between 10 and 12% of tin in the copper. The bronze I used is called a CuSN6 bronze, which means it only has 6% of tin in the copper. And to tell you more about how I make it, I made a video about it like 3 or 4 years ago. You can have just here. My technique changed slightly since, but it's almost the same thing. How many peoples make carnyces in the world nowadays? So it's very difficult to tell exactly, because there might not be everybody on the internet. I know also some people that just made one carnyx and then stopped, but I can tell you maybe in Europe it's around 10 people making carnyces. I know there are maybe like 3 in France, there might be 1 in Spain and Italy, there was 1 in Germany for sure, 1 in Switzerland, 1 in Scotland, 1 in Russia, and for the other ones, I don't know. What is the animal on the carnyx? So it might not be easy to tell at first sight, but it's a white boar head on the carnyx. You can tell that by the tusk just right here, and the nose, that is kind of a pig-like nose. Almost all the carnyces heads found by archaeologists are wild boar. There is one carnyx in Tintignac, which is a snake head, but that's very, very rare. I think it's the only one. Where does the word carnyx come from? The word carnyx is not a Celtic or a Latin word, it's a Greek word. It's a Greek word that comes from Northern Africa, and it shares similar roots with words like carnivorous. So that tells us that the main purpose of the word carnyx are the heads, the animal heads and the animal. So that's it for today. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. I will answer you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, that helps a lot. Bye!